Welcome to Get Sleepy, where we listen, we relax, and we get sleepy. I'm Thomas, your host. It's so lovely to have your company again. Tonight we have a special stitched episode for you to enjoy. You may have been listening to our recent series with the Fitzpatricks, a family living in the distant future, in a time when intergalactic space travel is a reality. Whether you've heard them already or not, I hope you'll enjoy this opportunity to relax deeply and ease into sleep, knowing that my voice will be by your side for plenty of time to come. The Fitzpatricks are embarking on an opportunity to explore the universe and make a new home on a recently discovered exoplanet called Veda. Many extraordinary adventures lie ahead for them. But before we join the family, let's take a moment to unwind. So make sure you're nice and comfortable. This is a moment to really be present for yourself. We spend our days with various responsibilities, like work, taking care of family, checking in on friends, and then household chores and all sorts of other things that can crop up. But now is a time that you can and should take for yourself. It's important to offer self-compassion and appreciation. So as you settle in for a night of rest, just spend some time acknowledging all that you are and all that you do to try and make the best of your life and of the world around you. Just as our ancestors experienced before us, and just as generations of the future will find, we are living in a period of human existence that is completely unique and full of experiences, methods of doing things, issues, and aspects of the natural world that are specific to our time. And though there's a lot of disagreement and varying perspectives and debates on how we go about things, we're all living as one on this beautiful planet. And your place in the universe is quite simply meant to be. Whether that resonates with you or not, I do hope you feel appreciated for who you are, for the positivity and love you seek to bring, and that you deserve in return. So thank you, my friend, for being here, and for all that you do. Now, let's imagine a time in the distant future where the possibilities of technology and space travel are difficult to even comprehend. We're about to join Clara Fitzpatrick on her family's spaceship for the first part of their adventure. They are leaving Earth's orbit for a trip into the great unknown. And this is where our story begins. As Clara floats weightlessly in front of the window, gazing down at Earth, she can't help but marvel at the beauty of her home planet. From this vantage point, it looks like a vast blue and green marble. Wispy clouds swirl around it. This is Clara's first trip to space since she was a baby, and she is aboard her family's spaceship, a bullet-shaped vessel called Celestial Cruiser. The Fitzpatricks have just left Earth's orbit after a successful launch. Before they enter cryosleep for the long ride to Veda, the exoplanet they are heading to, they want to savor the view. Her parents are in the command center at the front of the ship, manning the controls. The vast expanse of space, dotted with countless twinkling stars, is a breathtaking sight. For as long as she can remember, Clara has dreamt of going to space. She's passed countless assessments and field exams to earn the privilege of joining her parents on this once-in-a-lifetime adventure. They are one of the first families who get the chance to start a new life on Veda. A small colony awaits them. Her parents are botanists whose work is crucial to the colony's development. They met while on a terraforming mission on Mars many years ago, which is where Clara was born. That technically makes her a Martian, although she grew up on Earth. Now, as they journey to Veda, Clara is thrilled to be among the first humans to set foot on this distant planet and begin a new chapter in history. Taking one last look at Earth and the endless stretch of space around it, Clara pushes off from the wall. She feels buoyant. It is a freeing sensation that she can't get enough of. In a way, zero gravity lets her fly. She reaches the door to her living quarters and lowers herself to the floor before clicking her heels together to activate her gravity boots. With a snap, they adhere her to the surface below and give her the ability to walk normally. Clara's dad promised to meet her at the airlock to take her on a spacewalk before they enter cryosleep. Meanwhile, her mum will monitor what's happening inside the ship. Clara did intensive underwater training to prepare herself for this. She has an adventurous streak that she definitely inherited from her dad. Her mum is the sensible and cautious one in the family. Together, they make an excellent team. As Clara walks towards the airlock, she can feel her heart racing with excitement. The prospect of a spacewalk thrills her. Her dad greets her with a wide smile as she approaches the airlock. When he asks her if she's ready, she nods eagerly, her eyes shining with anticipation. Her dad leads her to the airlock, and together they enter the first section, the equipment chamber. They help each other put on the extravehicular mobility units. This is the technical term for spacesuits. Each bulky, heavy suit is like its own miniature spaceship, with gravity boots, a built-in radio for communication, and plenty of oxygen. On the back are thrusters used to propel the wearer forwards or backwards. To avoid the bends, also known as decompression sickness, they both have to camp out in the equipment chamber for a while, breathing pure oxygen. Next, the two of them enter the crew lock, a small cylindrical chamber. Once they're inside, Clara shuts the interior hatch between the two sections. This provides a sealed environment for depressurization. She checks her suit one more time, making sure all the systems are functioning properly. Her dad pulls the two tether cords out of the wall and affixes one to each of their suits. Then he inputs the code on the control panel that opens the airlock. When they release the pull of their gravity boots, they effortlessly drift outside. Clara can feel the tug of the tether as she moves, but it doesn't detract from the exhilaration of being out in space. Soon, they are just a few meters away from the ship. Clara has never felt so free, although a spacewalk does require a great deal of focus to maneuver in the suit. If she thought the view from her window was amazing, it pales in comparison to this. She feels like she's seeing the whole cosmos. The glass on her visor is the only thing separating her from the rest of the universe. It is awe-inspiring. They end up spending an hour outside, gliding through the dark void of space. Her dad points out various constellations and planets, his voice coming through her helmet speakers. Stars twinkle in the distance, and the Earth looms large below them. the glow from the light of the sun is something else. As for the other half of the globe, it is shrouded in the darkness of nighttime. Clara marvels at the precious planet below. Out of the entire Milky Way galaxy, this planet has all the necessary ingredients to support life. It is no small miracle, thinks Clara. She wonders what Vida will be like. It is one of a few known planets that have similar attributes to Earth. Not only does it have a rocky surface, oceans of water, and an atmosphere conducive to breathing, it also orbits a star like the Earth's sun at a habitable distance. Vida resides in the Goldilocks zone, the range of distance that has the right temperatures for water to remain liquid. The planet is even older than Earth, with enough time having passed that complex carbon-based life forms have evolved. Clara is filled with anticipation to see it for herself. Eventually, her dad motions for her to head back to the ship. Nodding, Clara uses the thrusters on her suit to propel herself back in the direction she came. She grasps the tether in her hands to slowly pull herself into the airlock alongside her dad. Their boots settle on the floor with a loud snap, securing them. The door closes with a whoosh, and they follow the proper steps to re-enter the ship. Clara can't stop grinning as they remove their suits. After putting their spacesuits up in the equipment chamber and changing into their regular clothes and boots, Clara and her dad head to the galley. Clara's mum joins them at the table to enjoy a family meal together. While they eat, they discuss the plans for the rest of the trip. It will be a 7-month journey, with the ship moving at FTL, faster than light speed. And all the while, they will be in cryosleep. When they wake up, they'll be in a whole new solar system. The possibilities of what they might find are endless, and the excitement is palpable as they look forward to what lies ahead. Clara tidies up before joining her parents in the cryo chamber. Her mum has already enabled the timer and initiated the time drive so that the ship will start travelling at FTL very soon. They have 30 minutes before the celestial cruiser shoots them through the vacuum of space on autopilot, taking them across the universe to Vida's exact coordinates. After climbing into her cryopod, Clara lies down on her back and looks at her parents' smiling faces. As the temperature drops inside, a heaviness envelops her. Her eyelids close, and she drifts off into a peaceful slumber, succumbing to the world of dreams. A rush of warm air washes over Clara. Slowly, she awakens as her pod ejects itself outwards. Feeling a bit groggy, she opens her eyes to find her dad standing beside her. She sits up, getting her bearings. 7 months have flown by while she was in cryosleep. It is a strange feeling, as it seems like only a few minutes have passed since she entered her deep sleep. With her dad's help, she slides her gravity boots onto her feet and stands up. He leads her through the ship until they reach the bridge, where her mum is already awake and piloting from her seat. Clara looks out the window. As the sun in this system shines, its light pierces the darkness, illuminating the faces of the planets nearby. There's a huge, bright orange planet with white rings around it. Opposite is another colourful planet with 2 moons, which must be Veda. Clara remembers its moons are named Eros and Draca. Veda is slightly bigger than Earth, with swaths of pink, green and blue. It is utterly stunning, its colours so vibrant. Further away, there are a few dots that must be the other planets in this solar system. Everywhere else she looks, there are stars, endless and shining bright in every direction. Clara takes her seat and straps herself in, as her dad does the same next to her. After making contact with the colony below and getting the green light to come down to the surface of the planet, her mum pilots the ship. They will orbit Veda for a while, testing the sensors to make sure it's safe to proceed. Just as Clara starts to get comfortable, a transmission comes in from an unknown source, and one of the screens on the control panel starts blinking. Clara's parents look at each other in surprise. The message is a distress call and isn't from any of the registered spacecraft known to the colony. Clara reaches across to press play, and a voice comes through the speaker, talking in a language they don't recognize. It sounds urgent, and there are other indistinct voices in the background. As the message ends, they receive another one with the other ship's coordinates. Clara's mum inputs the data into the computer, and the result pops up as a hologram. The location is on Arion, one of the other planets in this solar system. There is no doubt that someone out there needs assistance. As the celestial cruiser is the only other spaceship nearby that is already in orbit, the whole family decides to help out. They realize that this may be humanity's first contact with an intelligent alien species. There are many unknowns regarding this mission, but it's their nature to give aid where it is needed. After updating the colony on Vida of their plans, Clara's mum begins to maneuver the ship out of orbit. The thrusters ignite, propelling them through space and away from Vida. They have locked onto the exact location of the distress beacon, and at the speed they are going, they will arrive within an hour. Clara peers out the window and watches as the ship hurtles through space. They pass by planet after planet, each one as unique as the last. Finally, they spot Arion in the distance. It is a rocky red planet that closely resembles Mars. They slow down and circle the planet. As the ship enters Arion's orbit, they notice a peculiar shimmering blue ring hovering high above the planet. Clara's mum takes readings of the unknown structure. According to the data, it is an Einstein-Rosen bridge, the technical term for a wormhole. Clara recalls that a wormhole is a tunnel-like structure that warps the fabric of space-time, bringing two distant points closer together. The realization hits her. This must be how the other ship got here. It is entirely possible that an alien crew from another galaxy is stranded below. Her heart races with excitement, wondering what they will find when they land. The sensors indicate that it is safe for their spaceship to descend to the surface of Arion. They pass through the atmosphere, the ride fast and bumpy as the gravitational pull of the planet takes hold of the ship. The coordinates lead them to a gigantic structure that appears to have been artificially built. It is a massive curved tower that extends high into the sky. And as they prepare to land, Clara spots the dark blue circular spaceship parked close to the sky-high structure. It must have been caught in a rock slide, as they can only see half of the vessel, with the rest of it hidden beneath piles of rocks. From the part they can see, it looks nothing like their own spaceship. Yet the technology that made it is obviously just as advanced. The celestial cruiser lands smoothly despite the rocky terrain. Outside, the air is not breathable, so the crew head to the airlock to change into their spacesuits. With enough oxygen to last them several hours, they will be safe. There isn't much gravity on this planet, so activating their gravity boots is a must. When all of them are properly suited up and ready to go, Clara's dad opens the door and they step outside. Clara reaches down to pick up a handful of the red soil. As the particles trickle through her fingers, they stay suspended in the air before gradually falling to the ground. It is daytime, and the terrain is dominated by towering rock mountains with no water in sight. However, there is a unique beauty to the barren landscape. The three of them start to approach the ship until they hear a clanging sound coming from the vicinity of the tower. Through her helmet's visor, Clara zooms in to look at the top of the landmark. There are 4 blue humanoid figures perched right up there, but they are definitely not human. Clara signals to her parents, and they gaze up to where the aliens are waving at them. The family decides that they don't appear to pose a threat. It seems that they are stranded up there, and without a working ship, they are at the mercy of this desolate planet. Clara and her parents examine the colossal structure before them and devise a plan. Retrieving a drone and some rope from inside their ship, Clara attaches the rope to the drone's grappling claws. Then she directs the drone to the top of the tower using a remote controller. It whizzes up in the air, and one of the aliens grabs hold of it once it's within reach. The family walks to the bottom of the structure and waits there. Clara notices intricate patterns etched into the metal of the tower. She can't decipher them, but they were certainly made by hand. Then, turning her attention back to the top of the tower, she watches the aliens' progress. Instinctively, they understand what they need to do. One of them takes the rope from the drone, and they work together to secure it to part of the structure. The rope drops off the side, giving them a way to climb down safely. They use it one at a time, slowly lowering themselves down the side of the tower. Clara watches in fascination as the first alien reaches the ground at the bottom of the structure, nearby where they are standing. The alien is taller than Clara and her parents. He is wearing some sort of spacesuit, but no helmet, somehow having the ability to breathe the air here. He has a human-like figure, with 2 arms and 2 legs. But that is where the similarities end. His blue skin sparkles in the sunlight, while his face is diamond-shaped with wide-set eyes. 2 slits where a nose would normally be, and a mouth that reminds her of a fish. Turning to face them, he starts to talk, his voice deep and melodious. But it is in no language that Clara or her parents understand. Struck with an idea, Clara slides her tablet out of her pocket and opens the program that interprets any language in the universe using a complex algorithm. Motioning for the alien to continue talking, Clara holds up the device, and it instantly translates the words into English. Her parents smile, impressed with her quick thinking. The alien's name is Klazo, and he is thanking them. His gratitude is evident in his body language. Clara brings the tablet up to her mouth and speaks into it. She tells the alien that they are here to help in any way they can. Instantly, her words are translated back into his language. As the other 3 aliens reach the ground safely, they show an equal amount of curiosity and amazement towards the humans. Through the language program, they engage in conversation with the Fitzpatricks. The aliens were sent on an exploratory mission through the wormhole. It appeared out of nowhere in the vicinity of their home planet, which is called Doan. They were looking for signs of civilization, old or new, on their scanners when they discovered this planet and the strange tower. They had never been to this part of the universe before and were compelled to investigate. When they landed, the four of them entered the tower, but the door closed behind them, trapping them inside. They climbed up the structure and found an opening near the top. Then a quake shook the planet. By that point, a rockside barred any entrance into the tower and had taken out their ship. Using the radio on one of their suits, a message was sent out and transmitted on just one channel. The Fitzpatricks were the only ones to hear their call for help. The aliens speculate that the wormhole is the reason for their transmission failing to reach others of their kind. Now, they need to go back through the wormhole to get to their space station on the other side. The family takes it all in their stride, agreeing to help. Clara is beside herself with excitement and can hardly believe the historic day that they are having. She has been recording all of it with the camera in her visor. They will be the first humans in history to not only make contact with aliens, but also to travel through a wormhole. This is a day that will change everything. The aliens seem just as thrilled about the prospect of going home and are grateful for the timely rescue. Clara leads the procession back to the celestial cruiser and opens the door to let everyone inside. As the aliens enter the ship, they gaze in wonder at the technology and layout. They ask a lot of questions, which Clara's dad is happy to answer. Luckily, there is plenty of room for the extra guests. Everyone takes a seat in the command center, and soon the ship powers on. The thrusters ignite, and Clara is pulled back against her seat as the ship launches into the air, overcoming the planet's gravitational force. It accelerates to leave Arion's atmosphere, and its orbital flight path trajectory takes the ship around the planet and towards the wormhole. Clara stares at the mesmerizing blue ring as the ship approaches. The closer they get, the more she can feel some sort of force tugging at her body, coming from the other side of the interstellar tunnel. As the ship passes through the shimmering veil, Clara is pulled forwards even more, and the vessel is carried away into the ether. It is an odd sensation travelling through the wormhole, as it connects them from one point to another across the vast expanse of space. As they emerge, Clara and her family find themselves in a completely unfamiliar part of the universe. Ahead of them looms the space station, teeming with all manner of alien ships coming and going from the massive rotating structure. In this scenario, Clara realizes that she and her parents are aliens. How incredible, she thinks. She can hardly wait to tell their story. Clara's mother allows one of the aliens to transmit a message to the station, requesting permission to dock the celestial cruiser and disembark safely. The transmission is successful, and soon they are weaving through a dizzying array of spacecraft from all over the galaxy. Their ship sticks out, looking very different to the others, but they manage to park it in one of the many docking bays. As the four aliens rise to leave, Clara gestures for the tablet to speak with the family. He again expresses his gratitude for their assistance, and he extends an invitation for them or any members of their species to visit this part of the galaxy. Clara hands Clara's mum a card adorned with symbols, which they can use to guarantee their safe passage and alert him to their presence. Clara's mum accepts the card with a smile. With a wave of his hand, Clara bids them farewell and exits the spacecraft behind the others. The Fitzpatricks depart from the space station and head back through the glimmering wormhole. Clara diligently documented everything, knowing that the others in the colony will need proof of their encounter with the aliens. She has always had a sense that humans are not alone in the universe, and now she has evidence. As they pass by Arion, Clara can't help but wonder about the origin of the strange structure they saw there and its unusual markings. Maybe it was built by an unknown sentient race, or it could be an ancient artifact from an old civilization. The celestial cruiser soon enters Veda's orbit, and after the sensors indicate that it's safe to proceed, they begin their descent to the surface. As Veda's gravitational pull grabs hold of the spacecraft, a bumpy ride ensues. The ship zooms through the atmosphere, and as they break through the clouds, Clara is struck by the vibrant colours on the planet below. A rainbow of blues and greens. The colony's buildings are the only human-made structures in sight, arranged in a circular formation. There are other ships parked in the vicinity. The celestial cruiser lands in a clearing, and the plants and leaves of the trees nearby rustle in the wake of the movement. A few people are waiting outside, ready to greet them. As Clara sets foot on Vida for the first time, she inhales the sweet fragrance of the air and feels a gentle breeze brush against her face. Testing the lowered gravity of the planet, she bounces on the tip of her toes and jumps up, savoring the sensation of lingering in the air for a moment before descending to the ground. Above her hang the two moons in the bright pink sky, a stunning sight to behold. The surrounding plant life is a magnificent blend of green and blue hues, as if plucked from a page of a colouring book. Phil, a leader of the colony, greets Clara. She eagerly shares her story, sparing no detail about their encounter with the aliens. Then, after saying goodbye to her parents, Clara heads out to explore, her curiosity piqued by the alien landscape and all it has to offer. The modular buildings in the colony are thoughtfully spaced apart, allowing ample room for strolling and basking in the awe-inspiring scenery. Drawn to the lush vegetation, Clara meanders onto a path that snakes along the edge of the structures and enters a forest. The tree's bark is a striking shade of orange, while the flowers are remarkably larger than those found on Earth. As Clara savours the enchanting ambience, she notices the birds flitting through the air. They remind her of dinosaurs, just miniature-sized. Some of them approach her as if to examine this new visitor to their world. Clara tentatively extends her hand toward one of the small creatures, and to her surprise, it lands on her index finger. She observes the creature's leathery skin and feathered wings in fascination, until it eventually takes off and resumes its flight. Clara continues her exploration, captivated by everything she sees. When she reaches a fork in the path, she veers to the left, enticed by the sound of a nearby waterfall. As she reaches a small clearing, she is greeted by a breathtaking sight. A curtain of sparkling blue water cascades down from a high cliff. she sits on one of the large rocks encircling the pool below, leaning over the water to catch a glimpse of her reflection. All of a sudden, a rustling noise to her right grabs her attention. Intrigued, she remains still, not wanting to scare off whatever creature is making the sound. Soon enough, a small purple animal about the size of a dog appears from above the plants. Its big triangular head is cocked to the side as it curiously peers at her with its widely parted eyes. The creature is unlike anything she has ever seen before. After a moment, it hops away, emitting a gentle chirp. As Clara reflects on the experiences of her incredible journey, she is overwhelmed with emotion. In just one day, she has encountered multiple forms of alien life and even travelled through a wormhole. She always knew that this trip would be exciting. Being a part of the work on this planet fills her with a sense of deep purpose. As she gazes around, she is reminded of the vastness of the universe and how much of it is still unknown. She can't help but wonder what other adventures lie ahead for her and her family. Slowly, Clara opens her eyes. The golden rays of Vida's morning sun shine through the open windows of her new bedroom. The room is bathed in a soft, warm glow, creating a sense of tranquility that wraps around her like a hug. Vibrant tapestries adorn the walls. They depict scenes of Vida's lush landscapes and the diverse alien species that have been catalogued so far by the colonists. It has been a few days since Clara and her parents arrived on this distant planet after leaving Earth. They have certainly had their fair share of adventures. Clara will never forget their trip to Arion, where they saved a group of aliens who were stranded. Clazo and his crew opened their eyes to the fact that they are not alone in the universe. Then the family got to travel through an actual wormhole and see a space station overflowing with other sentient beings. Her parents kept the card Clazo gave them, and it's only a matter of time until the Fitzpatricks get the chance to visit the aliens, who are now their friends. Clara's journal is full of everything she has seen and experienced, along with pictures that she will cherish forever. Clara stretches her arms, leaning forward in the bed to feel the silky smoothness of the sheets with her fingertips. The fabric is a kind of silk made by a rare species of silkworm indigenous to Vida. It's unlike anything she's ever touched before, luxurious and cool against her skin. Clara takes a deep breath to inhale the fresh, crisp air coming through the windows. It carries a hint of fragrant flowers and the earthy scent of the nearby forest. She sits up, and her gaze is immediately drawn to the view beyond her window. A breathtaking panorama lies before her. Beneath a pink sky, rolling hills are covered in a blanket of vibrant emerald green grass, dotted with colourful blossoms in every hue. Her heart is filled with wonder at the sight. She can't believe that this is now her home, and that there is a whole new world out there waiting to be explored. In the distance, Clara can see majestic trees gently swaying in the soft breeze. Their leaves shimmer with shades of pink, purple, and orange. It is so unlike Earth that it still surprises her. The air is full of the melodies of unseen birds. Their sweet songs create a harmonious symphony that resonates deep within her. Clara swings her legs out of the bed. Her feet touch the smooth wooden floor, feeling the warmth radiating from its surface. She takes a moment to enjoy the sensation. Clara pads over to the closet and slips into a loose-fitting, flowing dress. The lightweight fabric embraces her like a gentle caress, and the dress's vibrant colours mirror the world outside her window, making her feel in tune with the environment. She walks over to one of the windows, basking in the invigorating morning breeze. The air carries a tinge of dew, and her senses are awakened as she gazes out at the vast expanse of Vida. The distant mountains are bathed in a soft pink mist, providing a breathtaking backdrop. It's like the world is inviting Clara to embark on countless adventures. Today, she and her parents get to conduct a preliminary assessment of the planet's vegetation. It's their job to observe the plants in their natural habitats. They will need to take notes on the growth patterns, physical characteristics, and any discernible variations that they find. This initial survey will help the colony to better understand the plant diversity present on Veda. So, with that thought in mind, Clara grabs her backpack with her notebook and camera inside and slides on her shoes. She's excited to see more of her new home as she steps outside and lifts her face to the sky. The feeling of Veda's sunlight on her cheeks is a welcome distraction. Bouncing on the tips of her toes, she knows that she'll never get tired of the lowered gravity. Clara takes the path that winds through the colony, heading to the building where her parents work. She meets them outside, and together they head towards the forest to begin surveying the plant and animal life. Technically, her parents are botanists, but the colony has given them the honor of naming and documenting whatever flora and fauna they happen to find. Clara plans on helping in any way she can, knowing that this is an important task. The trio walks towards the forest, and Clara notices a remarkable plant that is emitting a bioluminescent glow. It has fiery red petals that shimmer with an internal iridescence, creating the illusion of dancing flames. She crouches down to examine it and take some pictures. Her mum joins her, commenting on the fact that the plant seems to be absorbing sunlight to generate energy and releasing bursts of warmth in its surroundings. Clara comes up with the perfect name for it: the blaze flower. Suddenly, as the family continues down the path, two majestic flying creatures zoom by them. With glittering, diaphanous wings, they seem to shimmer like a rainbow. They glide through the sky, creating a harmonious melody that echoes all around. Clara's dad points out the way the agile creatures effortlessly navigate through the wind. Following their movements, Clara decides to call them zephyr drakes. She can tell that the creatures approve of the name as they dance through the air to the tune of the music they create. The zephyr drakes flit around them for a moment before taking off in the sky, leaving the Fitzpatricks to resume their exploration. Soon, the three of them reach the enchanting forest of Vida, on the outskirts of the colony. Clara's feet touch the soft, moss-covered ground, and immediately she is greeted by a burst of enticing scents. A delicate symphony of floral aromas fills the air around them. She takes a deep breath in, her senses awakening even more with the delectable smells. The canopy of trees above her is so colourful. There are leaves in every shade imaginable: crimson, gold, azure, and amethyst. They dance in the gentle breeze, creating a dazzling display. The sun streams through the dense foliage and casts beams that illuminate the forest floor. A creature darts across the path in front of them, resembling a blend of a porcupine and, surprisingly enough, an anglerfish. Clara watches in fascination as its body, which is covered in long quill-like spines, glows in various vibrant colours. The way the animal lights up its spine makes her think that it might feel threatened. It could be a way to ward off potential predators. Or perhaps it serves as a means of communication. She follows its movements and snaps a couple of photos, naming it the quill spine. With a smile, Clara observes the fascinating creature scampering through the woodland. She then walks further into the forest, noticing the details of the surrounding plant life. There are delicate flowers, each a masterpiece of design and elegance, beckoning her closer. She kneels down so her fingers can gently caress the velvety petals of a cerulean blossom. Adorning its petals are tiny silver speckles. They reflect the sunlight like a miniature galaxy captured in a single flower. So, she names it the cosmos flower. A few feet away, Clara's parents carefully document their findings. They note each plant's physical attributes and any unique features, and they snap photos to capture the details for further study and inclusion in their botanical catalogue. Clara's gaze is drawn to a cluster of emerald green ferns that glow with an otherworldly radiance. Their fronds unfurl before her eyes like delicate fans. Each one is adorned with tiny glittering droplets, as if nature itself has carefully placed little jewels upon them. In that instant, Clara calls them the jewel shade ferns. Her parents nod their approval as they examine the sparkly fronds. A gentle rustling catches Clara's attention. She turns to her right, where a family of alien creatures is curiously observing her. Their vibrant, feather-like appendages gracefully sway with their subtle movements. Smiling, Clara extends her hand slowly and earns their trust as they gather around her. They are wondrous creatures with extensions that resemble delicate plumes, shimmering in myriad colors as they catch the light. Their bodies are lithe and slender, perfectly adapted for aerodynamic maneuvers. They give Clara the impression of whimsical avian dancers taking flight, their wings extending far beyond their bodies. She considers them for a moment before naming them plume dancers. They cock their heads at Clara and ruffle their feathers, seeming to approve of their new name and enjoying the attention. Their wings beat in unison, accompanied by a soft rustle each time, like the whisper of the wind. Eventually, the plume dancers take off into the sky, losing interest in their human admirers. Clara watches them fade into the distance, moving with unparalleled elegance. They twist, glide, and dance through the air to a tune that only they can understand. The creatures are true aerial artists, thinks Clara. When they can no longer see the plume dancers, Clara and her parents continue their exploration. They move deeper into the forest, where the sunlight filters through the dense canopy above, creating dappled patterns on the ground. An otherworldly calmness permeates the air, as if the forest is holding its breath in anticipation. The foliage is verdant, and right in the thick of it, Clara spots a cluster of shimmering orchids. Their delicate petals look like translucent silk. Her eyes grow wide as the orchids emit a soft, soothing glow that illuminates the surrounding area. Clara feels inspired as she observes the orchid's subtle radiance. She comes up with a name for them, perfectly summing up the quality of their light and their calming, peaceful aura. Luminescent Serentias. The enchanting orchids draw them nearer. Clara and her parents advance slowly through the thicket of foliage. A sweet fragrance fills the air around them, mingling with the scent of moss and earth. The glow of the orchids bathes the forest in a celestial ambience and gives them just enough light to guide their way through the unfamiliar terrain. As Clara reaches out, her fingers carefully graze the velvety petals of one of the orchids. A soft pulse of warmth spreads through her fingertips at the touch. Much to her surprise, the flower shares a comforting energy. Its glow intensifies momentarily in response to her touch. Then the orchid settles once more into its serene radiance. The guiding light of the orchids accompanies Clara and her parents as they continue on their path. The gentle illumination reveals curious plant life and hidden trails, casting a surreal glow on the moss-covered rocks and delicate ferns that unfurl along the way. The shimmering orchids are like a living tapestry, creating a tranquil path of discovery. Their footsteps are lit by the luminescence, and Clara feels a profound connection to the forest. It's as if it acknowledges her presence, guiding her with its gentle glow. They venture even deeper into the heart of Veda's near-mystical woodlands. A subtle change in the atmosphere alerts them to something extraordinary nearby. Intrigued, Clara and her parents follow an enchanting melody that seems to float through the air. It leads them to a hidden grove obstructed by a thick curtain of vines. Clara's breath catches in her throat as they step into the grove. Giant mushrooms tower above them, their caps reaching towards the heavens like majestic sentinels. The colossal fungi, with hues ranging from luminous purples and blues to vibrant golds and greens, are beyond anything she could have imagined. Suddenly, the atmosphere in the grove shifts. The mushrooms begin to release clouds of spores into the air. Shimmering and twinkling, they form a swirling vortex of iridescent particles, casting a dreamlike atmosphere. Clara watches as sunlight breaks through the foliage, catching the spores and creating a display of dancing lights. She names the mushrooms stardust fungi and takes multiple pictures of the incredible scene before her. The three of them stand in awe, reaching out so that the glittering particles can land gently on their skin. Clara watches the spores twirl and dance. It's a surreal, captivating ballet of light, transforming the grove into a magical realm where time seems to stand still. Then, the family witnesses yet another mesmerizing spectacle unfold before their eyes. They peer closely, spotting a congregation of tiny creatures with wings that shimmer like stained glass. No bigger than the palms of their hands, the enchanting beings hover in the air. Their wings are like a kaleidoscope of colours, while their translucent bodies emit an ethereal glow. Clara beams at her parents, naming the creatures Glimmerwings. They dance through the air, flitting from one giant mushroom to the next, as their delicate antennae sway in perfect synchrony. Clara watches as one of the Glimmerwings lands on the side of a colossal toadstool nearby. Its tiny legs tap softly while it explores the surface. There are beautiful patterns on its wings that mimic the vibrant hues of the forest. The creatures are creating a symphony made up of their soft melodic chirping and gentle hums, which merges with the rustling of the leaves. All around them, the forest comes alive with the sounds. The interactions among the Glimmerwings fill Clara's heart with wonder. Their delicate movements and subtle vibrations are a way for them to communicate with each other. It's obvious that their dance carries its own kind of message beyond her comprehension. Their elegant choreography is a language. Clara and her parents become immersed in the world of these winged creatures as they continue to observe them. Aware of their human spectators, the tiny beings exhibit curiosity, and their eyes reflect a sense of intrigue. The Fitzpatricks watch on in silence, cherishing this fleeting moment shared with the Glimmerwings. The memory of this magical encounter will stay with them forever. Afterwards, Clara delves deeper into the heart of Vida's forest, with her parents on either side. They stumble upon a hidden clearing, seemingly untouched by time. Their eyes widen in amazement as they step into the open space, finding tall, ancient ruins forming a circle before them. Clara can tell that these weathered ruins have stood here for countless eons, exuding an air of mystery and grandeur. The ruins are adorned with detailed carvings. The three of them step closer, seeing the otherworldly scenes and symbols depicted on the structures. Shrouded in enigma, these ruins are the remains of an alien civilization long past. Clara's parents immediately start taking photos and jotting down notes, thrilled at the discovery. Clara cautiously approaches the ruins. Her hands trace their weathered surfaces, feeling the rough texture beneath her fingertips. A pulse of power hums in the air, making her skin prickle. And as she explores further, she notices peculiar patterns etched into the stone walls. They resemble constellations and celestial alignments from this solar system that she is just starting to learn. The symbols intertwine and form a language unknown to her, yet they resonate with a sense of cosmic significance. Clara discovers a central chamber in the heart of the ruins. Its entrance is guarded by towering pillars, covered in intricate carvings. Beams of sunlight filter through where the chamber's ceiling has partially collapsed, casting ethereal rays upon the ground. Her parents are close behind her as Clara steps into the sacred space. Inside, they find a pedestal with an ornate stone tablet resting on top. It's pulsing with energy and emanating a soft glow. Clara gazes upon the artifact, feeling a deep connection to the past. Somehow, she knows that it forms a bridge between their present reality and the secrets of a long-lost civilization. Her hand trembles with anticipation and curiosity as she reaches towards it. Taking a deep breath, she gently touches the pulsating surface, and the artifact responds as if waking from slumber. A surge of energy courses through Clara's fingertips, and suddenly her surroundings blur. She is transported into a vivid vision where she is standing in a bustling alien city that is teeming with life. Tall, slender beings with shimmering skin move gracefully through the streets. Their attire is adorned with the same symbols as the ruins, reflecting the history of Vida. Scenes of harmony and unity flash before her eyes. The aliens engaging in artistic endeavors, scientific explorations, and celebrations of their rich cultural heritage. Examples of their advanced technology hum in the background, seamlessly integrated into the fabric of their daily lives. Then, Clara's attention is drawn to the beauty of Vida itself. She witnesses the symbiotic relationship between the aliens and their planet. They work together to nurture the thriving ecosystems and preserve the delicate balance of nature. In a way, it reminds her of Earth's own history. Under the aliens' care, Vida flourishes. But then, Clara senses a shift in the atmosphere as the vision unfolds. The aliens gather together to celebrate their remarkable technological advancements. They have finally figured out how to produce interstellar ships capable of traversing the cosmos. Clara realizes that the aliens have reached a critical juncture in their history. As they deliberate their future, she can feel the weight of their decision and the depth of emotions in their collective consciousness. She senses the reverence they hold for Vida, but she also witnesses their yearning for exploration. The aliens' dreams reach beyond Vida's boundaries, and they decide to venture into the great unknown, seeking a new home among the stars. Clara feels a surge of admiration for their courage as she witnesses this momentous decision. She can certainly relate to their resolve to explore the cosmos. It's exactly what her family did too. The aliens leave behind the artifact, ruins, and memories of their civilization as silent testaments to their legacy. The vision fades, and Clara is once more standing in front of the stone tablet. Turning towards her parents, she tells them what she saw. Her mum and dad exchange a glance. Then both touch the artifact to see for themselves. A few moments pass before her parents gasp as the vision ends. With newfound reverence, the family stares at the artifact, understanding the profound story that it holds. They have just witnessed an alien civilization making the same kind of decision that they did, leaving their home planet behind. And they feel it resonate deep within them, the aliens' hopes, dreams, and love for adventure. Clara is both awestruck and determined as she pledges to honor the memory of the civilization of Vida and to carry their legacy forward. She wants to embrace this spirit of discovery and unity as she navigates her own interstellar journey. This just feels like the right thing to do. And for all they know, they might meet the aliens one day. She wonders out loud if they are living near the space station on the other side of the wormhole. Clara and her parents reluctantly bid farewell to the enchanting forest of Vida and head back to the colony. Little do they know that beyond the tree line, a celestial spectacle awaits them. As they finally emerge from the lush greenery, they notice an unusual brightness in the sky. It's as if the sun itself has taken on a glow even more vibrant than usual. Their pace quickens as they ascend a nearby hill, curiosity propelling them forward. And there, in the broad daylight, the three of them gasp in awe at the sight in front of them. It's a meteor shower, cascading across the heavens, leaving trails of shimmering stardust in its wake. The meteors streak across the pink expanse of sky, their brilliance intensified by the daylight. Clara and her parents find themselves surrounded by a breathtaking display as each meteor blazes a trail of vivid colors: radiant reds, golden yellows, and ethereal blues. They dance through the atmosphere, their trails interweaving in a mesmerizing cosmic ballet. With a surge of joy, Clara feels more connected to the vastness of the universe than ever before. This is a reminder of the infinite wonders that lie beyond their new home. Clara watches as some of the meteors burst into sparkling showers, raining down tiny shimmering fragments that glisten like diamonds. As the cosmic remnants meet the atmosphere, the air is filled with a symphony of soft chiming sounds, creating a musical melody. The meteor shower gradually fades, but Clara and her parents remain transfixed, filled with gratitude. They will cherish the memory of this extraordinary experience forever. Clara realizes that this is just the beginning of their journey on Vida, and that the wonders of the universe stretch far beyond its boundaries. After a moment of stunned silence, the family continues on their way, eager to share everything they have experienced today. And soon they approach the bustling colony. Although the colonists are engaged in their own daily routines, they notice the return of Clara and her parents, sensing an aura of wonder and enthusiasm emanating from them. As curiosity spreads like wildfire, a gathering soon forms, filled with eager faces. Everyone is yearning to hear the tales of the Fitzpatrick's journey. Clara stands before the community and takes a deep breath. She begins to recount their adventures, her voice steady and filled with passion. First, she describes the forest and the shimmering orchids. Looking from face to face, she tells the others about the different kinds of plants and wildlife that they saw. Clara's parents interject with their own vivid descriptions. They share photos of the awe-inspiring sight of the hidden grove, where giant mushrooms towered above them, releasing clouds of glittering spores. They then speak of the creatures with colourful wings, dancing and flitting from mushroom to mushroom, creating a surreal spectacle. The colonists listen intently, their eyes wide with wonder. The Fitzpatricks describe the physical beauty of Vida and the profound connection that they feel with the planet's natural wonders. They tell the others about the ancient ruins, holding the secrets of the alien civilization. Then they share the insights they gained, emphasizing the need to nurture and respect the environment. They must look after Vida, just like their predecessors once did. In the colony, the atmosphere is charged with a renewed sense of purpose. The stories ignite a spark within each listener, as well as a desire to explore and protect the planet that they now get to call home. As Clara finishes recounting their journey, there's a momentary silence, followed by a smattering of applause that reverberates throughout the colony. Everyone recognizes the significance of the Fitzpatrick's discoveries and is grateful for the knowledge the family has shared. With a newfound appreciation for the natural world around them, the colony thrives in the following days. Many embark on their own expeditions to document the rest of the flora and fauna, hoping to deepen their understanding of the planet's intricate web of life. The Fitzpatrick stories become a source of inspiration, guiding the actions of the other colonists and shaping their communal efforts to preserve Vida's beauty for generations to come. The family's words and experiences transform the colony into a beacon of unity. Everyone wants to nurture the delicate balance between their human presence and the splendor of Vida's untamed wilderness. They continue their shared journey on the remarkable planet, embracing their role as custodians of its mysteries and carrying the lessons learned from the forest into every aspect of their evolving lives on Vida. And what's even more exciting is that the colony is planning an upcoming expedition to the space station. Soon, they will send the Fitzpatricks on yet another exciting mission. This time, the family will meet with the aliens on the other side of the wormhole, using the card that Clazo gave them. Clara is counting down the days, wondering what else the universe has in store for them. Clara and her parents stand before the sleek, gleaming hull of their spaceship, the Celestial Cruiser. They're ready to embark on a momentous journey to the space station on the other side of the wormhole. The ship's metallic surface catches the sunlight, reflecting the vibrant hues of Vida's sky. Waving goodbye to the colonists, Clara follows her mum and dad up the ramp and into the spacious interior of the ship. In her hand, she clutches a card. It's the one that Clazo and his alien crew gave them. The soft hum of the engines reverberates through the hull, promising adventure and discovery. As Clara steps inside, she admires the improvements made to the ship. The interior is more futuristic than before. It's adorned with holographic displays, softly pulsating control panels, and plush seating to make their voyage more comfortable. The air is infused with the smell of fresh materials and the scent of absolute freedom. Clara breathes in deeply. Her parents settle into the cockpit and prepare for departure, their hands dancing across the controls. Taking the seat next to them, Clara straps herself in and peers through the wide viewport at the distant horizon of their beloved planet. The celestial cruiser roars to life with a surge of power vibrating around them. The ship rises off the ground and into the air. Clara watches Vida, with its now familiar landscapes and cherished memories, shrink into a distant, colourful orb as they pass through the atmosphere and launch into space. Soon, they are soaring among the stars. Clara feels a swirl of emotions, mainly excitement and wonder. Distant galaxies sparkle like scattered jewels across the cosmic sea, beckoning the Fitzpatricks towards a future filled with unknown possibilities. As the minutes pass by, Clara is aware of the rhythmic thrum of the engines, their soothing pulse, a companion to her thoughts. She is thrilled to be seeing their alien friend again and to explore more of the universe. This trip will go down in history, and it might just affect the lives of countless sentient beings from this day forth. The celestial cruiser glides gracefully through the starry expanse of space. It's guided by the navigational coordinates leading them to the wormhole near Arion. Finally, the moment arrives. Clara's mum announces their approach to the wormhole, a massive blue ring that hangs above the rocky red planet. Clara can barely sit still as she clutches the armrests and stares out of the viewport. Breathless, she watches the wormhole materialize, a shimmering portal through which they will travel to reunite with Clazo and explore more of outer space. Clara's parents guide the ship into the wormhole with steady hands. As they traverse the astral bridge that links the two galaxies, time and space fold around them, distorting reality. Inside the ring, brilliant flashes of colour streak past, momentarily enveloping the celestial cruiser in a kaleidoscope of energy. It is nothing short of exhilarating, feeling the very fabric of space-time shifting around them. And then the journey through the wormhole ends just as abruptly as it began. The ship emerges into another part of the universe, the space station looming ahead. Distant stars twinkle as they do elsewhere, although the constellations they form are unfamiliar to Clara. The Fitzpatricks marvel at their new surroundings and celebrate their successful journey. They are one step closer to reuniting with Clazo. Clara is thrilled at the prospect of rekindling friendships, and she's excited about the adventures that await them in the uncharted territories of this region of space. She leans back in her seat, her gaze fixed on their destination. The space station is bigger than she remembers. Alien spacecraft coming and going from the many docking bays. She understands that the journey ahead will be full of mysteries and unknown variables, but she can't wait to start exploring. The colony outfitted the family with impressive pieces of technology. Wristbands that can modify speech and interpret any language. They'll be able to converse with any aliens they encounter without communication barriers. The ship's engines purr softly as they approach their destination. A sense of anticipation is building among the three of them as they are all excited about the impending reunion. As they draw closer, the space station fills up the entire viewport. The colossal structure is an interstellar haven, surrounded by an intricate network of docking bays and illuminated walkways. It shimmers with an array of vibrant colors, a reflection of the diverse species and cultures that visit daily. With grace and precision, Clara's mum guides the ship towards their designated docking port. Leaning forward to gaze out of the viewport, Clara's eyes widen as she catches glimpses of the activity within the space station. There are spaceships of all shapes and sizes flitting about, carrying beings from distant corners of the galaxy. It's a sign of the station's cosmopolitan nature. Clara's dad activates the communication panel, and the holographic display lights up, casting a soft glow in the cockpit. Clara then hands her dad the card that was given to them by Clazo. Clara's dad places the card into the console, activating the signal that alerts the alien to their presence. After a brief moment, the holographic display flickers to life, and Clara feels a ripple of excitement course through her. Clazo's familiar blue face materializes, beaming with delight. He welcomes the Fitzpatricks to the space station with a voice filled with joy. Their long-awaited reunion is only moments away. Klazo provides detailed directions for their final approach, assuring them that the alien community is thrilled about their arrival. The image fades, and the celestial cruiser gently docks at the location Klazo instructed. As the docking clamps engage, the ship settles into place, creating a secure connection between the station and the vessel. The sound reverberates through the ship. To Clara, it symbolizes the bridging of two worlds. She unfastens her seatbelt and activates her wristband before joining her parents at the entrance hatch. She can see her own excitement mirrored in their eyes. The hatch slides open with a hiss of released pressure, revealing a bustling hub of activity. Clara inhales deeply to take in the scents of the station, a mix of exotic aromas, all intermingling and reflecting the diverse cultures that have converged at this intergalactic crossroads. Following her parents, Clara steps out onto the walkway. At once, she feels a sense of awe and belonging. The air is filled with the hum of conversations in alien tongues and the gentle trills of unknown instruments. Faces of different sizes, shapes, and hues greet her with warmth and curiosity. Finally, the family spots Klazo approaching them, his sparkling blue skin catching the light. They exchange friendly smiles, and he shakes each of their hands, welcoming them to the station. Clara knows that this reunion with Klazo and the alien community marks the beginning of something special. Shared dreams, universal connections, and the infinite marvels that await them all among the stars. With infectious enthusiasm, Klazo leads the Fitzpatricks through the busy corridors of the space station. After a few twists and turns, they arrive at an intergalactic market where a wide array of colors, sounds, and scents permeate the space. The thoroughfares are lined with booths, each adorned with dazzling displays of goods. Clara takes it all in. The symphony of alien languages and the tantalizing aromas that intertwine in the atmosphere. Klazo leads the family to a booth. It's manned by a graceful, multi-limbed creature with iridescent scales who welcomes them with a warm smile. The creature has delicate appendages that deftly handle intricate pieces of jewelry, sparkling with gems from across the cosmos. One of its arms holds up a bracelet to Clara, and she is captivated by the unique craftsmanship. Moving deeper into the market, they encounter a species of short, luminescent beings. The glowing creatures exude an air of calm. They present a cornucopia of fruits and delicacies from their home planet, inviting Clara and her parents to sample the different flavors of the galaxy. Clara picks up a bright pink melon and bites into it. Her taste buds awaken to the sweet and tangy flesh as she savors the unique fruit. Next, they find themselves in a booth filled with colourful fabrics and garments. Clazo introduces the family to a jovial alien with feathery appendages and a tuft of rainbow hair on his head. He shares tales of weaving and dyeing techniques from his home planet. The array of colours and patterns mesmerizes Clara. Wandering further into the market, they come across a species of small telepathic creatures floating within large tanks of shimmering liquid. Clazo explains to the Fitzpatricks that these beings communicate through subtle waves of energy, conveying knowledge and wisdom that they've accumulated over millennia. Clara lays a hand on one of the tanks, and the alien inside immediately responds by sending a wave her way. She closes her eyes and finds herself immersed in a sea of thoughts and ideas, which expand her understanding of creation and the interconnectedness of all beings. Dazed, Clara waves goodbye to the creature. Clazo then leads them out of the market and to a vantage point overlooking the space station. The Fitzpatricks stand and gaze out at the expanse. Clara watches starships arrive and depart, witnessing the ceaseless flow of interstellar life. It is at this moment that Clara realizes the magnitude of the intergalactic community and how she fits into it all. Life extends far beyond any one world, and this space station, filled with its myriad sights, sounds, and beings, is a symbol of the incredible diversity that exists among the stars. She is overcome with gratitude for this journey. A while later, Clazo and the Fitzpatricks return to the busy corridors of the space station, their steps echoing softly against the polished metallic floors. The family told Clazo about the vision they saw on Vida and the aliens that used to live there, and he knows where to find some of them here on the space station. He leads them into a domed chamber. Clara's gaze is immediately drawn to a group of tall, slender aliens standing a few feet away. These are the beings she saw in the vision. Their skin shimmers like liquid stardust. They emanate an aura of wisdom and grace, while their presence fills the room with tranquil energy. Clazo and the Fitzpatricks approach the aliens. With a warm smile, Clazo introduces Clara and her parents, explaining that they live on the aliens' old home planet, Vida. The aliens welcome them to the space station, their skin radiating a glow that reflects their inner luminosity. They are even more impressive in person. Clara thanks the aliens for taking such good care of Vida and tells them how much she admires their sense of adventure. The aliens guide Clazo and the family around the chamber, pointing out the artifacts and interactive displays that their civilization has created. Clara's eyes widen at the intricacies of their creations. The engines that power the station, the holographic interfaces that respond to touch, and the galactic artworks showcasing their travels, which hang across the walls. The aliens of Vida are the ones who created the space station. They used their technology to bring all the different species together. If they had never left Vida, none of this would have happened. Clara and her parents express their thanks and engage in conversation, sharing the story of their travels from Earth to Vida. The more they interact with the aliens, the more they realize that despite their differences, the spirit of wanderlust unites all of them. Eventually, they exchange farewells, happy to have formed a connection between their two civilizations. After they leave the Grand Chamber, Clara and her parents are eager to continue their exploration. They ask Clazo if he would give them a tour of this galaxy outside the space station's walls. He loves the idea and leads them to his spaceship. a sleek vessel pulsating with a soft glow. One by one, they step aboard, the ship's interior warm and welcoming. The walls are illuminated with soft hues of blue and purple, while the hum of advanced technology fills the air. As the ship powers on and gets ready to take flight, Clara settles into a comfortable seat between her parents. They strap themselves in for the ride. Clazo pilots the vessel away from the space station with skill and finesse. He warns the family to hold on tight as he flicks the controls. The ship enters warp speed, propelling them into the heart of the galaxy. As they traverse the vastness of space, Clara gazes at the wonders that unfold before her. Their alien host guides them towards celestial phenomena that is unique to this part of the universe, promising a visual spectacle beyond their wildest dreams. The spaceship has the technology to render visible things that are usually invisible to the naked eye. Soon, they are approaching a nebula. It's a vast cloud of gas and dust, glowing with otherworldly brilliance. The spaceship's viewport shows dancing colors, swirling in ethereal patterns. Clara can see shifting hues of indigo, magenta, and emerald. It is a mesmerizing display of cosmic artistry. In all of her travels, she's never seen anything like it. The ship passes through the nebula as Clazo steers it towards a pulsar, which he explains is a spinning neutron star that emits beams of intense radiation. He tells the family not to worry, and that the radiation cannot harm them. As they draw closer, the vessel's sensors detect pulses of energy, illuminating the darkness of space. Clara is amazed as she watches the pulsar's beams cascade through the void, creating a kind of light show. Up next, their journey takes them to a binary star system, where two massive suns orbit one another. The spaceship is bathed in a warm radiance by the dual luminosity as the suns twirl gracefully. Their gravitational pull creates intricate patterns in the fabric of space-time that are somehow visible. As they venture even deeper into the galaxy, Clazo points out something the Fitzpatricks would have never expected to see. It's a supermassive black hole, its gravitational pull bending light and distorting reality. Gazing into the abyss, Clara is mesmerized by its sheer magnitude and the mysterious secrets it must hold. Clazo carefully navigates the ship past it, keeping a safe distance while ensuring the family can observe the incredible sight. The voyage continues, and soon they are approaching a star cluster, a gathering of young, vibrant stars born from clouds of interstellar gas. Clazo steers the ship through a sea of glittering jewels, each star radiating with its own brilliance. It reminds Clara of the vastness of the cosmos and how incredible it is to be a part of it. As they travel past the stars, Clazo interrupts the silence, alerting Clara and her parents to an unexpected surprise. A comet streaks through the void, with its luminous tail blazing behind it. Clara hurries to the viewport to get a better look, her eyes eagerly scanning the expanse. She spots the comet, a lone traveller, adorned with a glowing tail that extends far into the distance. As it reflects distant starlight, its icy nucleus glistens. The comet's trajectory takes it close to the nearby star cluster, its tail providing a striking contrast against the canvas of sparkling stars. Clara is speechless as she watches the comet weave through space, leaving a trail of shimmering light in its wake. Observing the comet's journey, Clara's dad has a twinkle in his eye. The soft hum of the ship's engines provides a soothing backdrop as he prepares to share a tale about ancient civilizations and their interpretations of comets. With a smile, he begins his narrative. He explains that long ago, their ancestors used to gaze up at the night sky. The things they saw ignited their imaginations. Comets seemed to capture their attention more than any other astral phenomenon. These luminous visitors were not just fleeting lights, but messengers of change, omens of grand events that would shape their lives. They were perceived as signs from the heavens, foretelling significant events and shifts in the natural world. The appearance of a comet demanded attention and introspection. Clara's dad continues his tale, speaking of ancient cultures who recorded their encounters with comets in scrolls, paintings, and carvings. They saw them as emissaries, bearing messages from the gods, or as spirits embodying transformation and renewal. He explains that the tales vary across cultures, but common themes always emerge. While some believed that a comet's appearance heralded the rise or fall of empires, others viewed it as a symbol of rebirth and the cyclical nature of existence. It served as a reminder that change is the one constant in life, and that the heavens hold secrets beyond our grasp. Clara's mum interjects to share her own knowledge. She speaks of comets appearing in ancient records as harbingers of good fortune. These stories influenced the actions and beliefs of many different societies. Nodding, Clara's dad explains that some civilizations viewed comets as reminders of humanity's place in the universe. People back then understood that they were interconnected with the cosmos. Listening to her parents, Clara feels a deep connection to those ancient people. The fascination with comets has transcended time, weaving together the threads of humanity's passion for space and all that it holds. As the tale draws to a close, the family gazes out of the viewport. Clara's dad remarks on how comets still inspire awe and curiosity, even today. Comets are a reminder that the cosmos is ever-changing, expanding, and full of mysteries yet to be unraveled. Following the comet's path, Clazo adjusts the ship's course to allow the Fitzpatricks to witness its passage from a privileged vantage point. They can see its tail better from this angle, shimmering with colours like a cosmic rainbow. Clazo's voice fills the cabin as he shares scientific insights, like how comets are icy remnants from the early stages of the universe. It is humbling to know that this comet has travelled across unfathomable distances. When it's finally out of sight, Clara and her parents return to their seats. Clazo tells the family to buckle up as he has a surprise. He is taking them down to the surface of one of the nearby planets. Their destination mirrors Earth in many ways. Soon, they are approaching a green and blue orb. As the ship meets the atmosphere, Clara peers through the viewport, her eyes widening with anticipation. They descend gracefully, and a lush landscape unfolds before them. An expansive vista of dense forests, rolling hills, and glistening bodies of water. When the spaceship has gently touched down on the planet's surface, Clara follows the others outside, stepping onto land that feels both familiar and alien. There is a slight tang in the air, a unique blend of scents that mixes the earthiness of soil with a hint of exotic plant life. They are standing at the edge of a vast grassland, stretching as far as the eye can see. Golden grasses sway gently in the breeze, creating a hypnotic dance of movement. The sky overhead is a brilliant canvas of azure blue, dotted with fluffy clouds that cast shadows upon the ground. Clazo leads the Fitzpatricks to the top of a hill, where they can spot the inhabitants of this remarkable world. Alien dinosaurs. Clara's heart leaps with joy upon witnessing these majestic beings, the scene blending elements of the familiar with the extraordinary. She has always dreamt of seeing dinosaurs, but this is even better. A herd of herbivorous dinosaurs grazes peacefully in the distance. Vibrant hues and intricate patterns adorning their scaly hides. Towering among them is a creature resembling an apatosaurus, its long neck reaching skyward as it plucks leaves from the tall trees. The family observes the diversity of the alien dinosaur population, their eyes wide and their mouths open in awe. Some have frills and crests atop their heads, while others sport plumage that shimmers with iridescent colours, as if touched by stardust. Clazo points out a pack of carnivorous dinosaurs, a safe distance away. They are sleek and agile, prowling the grasslands. Their sharp teeth glisten in the sunlight. Alien bird species similar to the ancient creatures that once soared the skies of planet Earth flit among the branches of exotic trees. Their feathers range in colour from luminous blues to fiery oranges, and their songs fill the air, creating a melodic symphony that transcends language. Clara and her parents wander across the land alongside Clazo, witnessing scenes of natural harmony. They see a young alien dinosaur being nurtured and protected by its parents. Klazo shares what he knows of these creatures, explaining their behaviors, their unique adaptations, and the interconnectedness of their ecosystem. Clara listens attentively, her curiosity ignited. As they explore the planet, Clara spots a peculiar, tiny creature nestled among the vibrant plants. She slowly approaches the adorable, shiny dinosaur. It has large, round eyes that sparkle with curiosity, and its overlapping, multicolored scales reflect the sunlight. Clara crouches down and extends her hand with a gentle smile. The minuscule dinosaur tilts its head, emitting a series of trills and chirps. The endearing creature captures her heart, and she can't help but draw closer. It takes a cautious step towards her, its tapered snout sniffing the air. Then its tail wags playfully. Clara senses genuine friendliness from the animal, so she extends her hand further to allow the little creature to sniff her skin. She giggles as the creature's cool snout tickles her palm. The tiny dinosaur responds with a gentle nuzzle, basking in the connection forming between them. Clara strokes the creature's smooth scales. It emits contented purrs. It's remarkable, Clara thinks, the innocence and trust that this extraordinary creature exhibits. She settles down beside the alien dinosaur and picks it up, cradling it gently in her arms. The others watch with awe on their faces, marveling at this new connection. Eventually, Clara puts the creature down, and it disappears off into the brush, its tail still wagging. The sky transforms into a canvas of colours as twilight descends, painting the horizon with pinks, purples, and oranges. The group witnesses the planet's natural beauty on full display. The larger alien dinosaurs, silhouetted against the breathtaking backdrop of the setting sun. Finally, they decide it's time to leave. Klazo leads Clara and her parents back to the ship, and soon they ascend into the starry expanse, carrying fond memories of the experience and the realization that life will always continue to exist in countless forms. Klazo guides the ship back towards the familiar corner of the galaxy, flicking the controls to engage in warp speed. They hurtle through space, streaks of color filling the viewport. Before long, they are approaching the space station. Klazo expertly maneuvers the ship into its docking bay and slows to a stop. The group files out onto the walkway, with Klazo leading them towards the celestial cruiser. As they approach the family's spaceship, Clara and her parents pause, turning to face their alien friend. Their connection is palpable, evidence of the bonds formed across galaxies. Klazo speaks, his voice carrying a tender warmth as he emphasizes the happiness that they have brought to his life and the privilege of sharing the wonders of the cosmos with them. He recounts the incredible moments shared together: the tour of the space station, the encounters with different kinds of aliens, the celestial phenomena they witnessed, and the alien dinosaurs. The memories form a constellation of experiences. Filled with emotion, Clara steps forward and expresses her appreciation for the adventures they've shared. She promises Klazo that the memories they made will always hold a cherished place in their hearts, inspiring them to continue their own grand adventures. Clara's parents also share their gratitude, and the family then bids farewell to Klazo, their friend from another corner of creation. As they step onto the celestial cruiser, they promise to visit again soon. With the engine humming to life, Clara can see Klazo out of the cruiser's viewport. He stands and watches the ship lift off, a solitary figure growing smaller and smaller. She knows their connection will endure across space and time. And although they parted ways, their relationship is a reminder that the universe is interconnected, despite its grand vastness. As the celestial cruiser ventures back through the wormhole, Clara finds solace in knowing that her path may cross with the aliens again someday. She realizes that while galaxies may differ, the universal yearning for connection and exploration unites all beings The cosmos is filled with enduring bonds, woven among the stars.